Saving you money this evening. Staring at your electric bill may have some of you wondering, what more can you do to lower your energy costs? I was just talking about this with my husband because you got to notice it's going up.
What is happening? 10 TV reporter Kevin Landers takes a closer look at Ohio's energy strategy and how recent legislation may lead to lower energy costs in the future.
Ohio is hungry for more power.
And what we see is it's an affordability crisis.
A crisis fueled by a growing population and a growing high-tech industry.
AEP is forecasting a 50% load growth by 2030.
But there's a problem. Electric rates are on the rise, a 3% increase statewide since May, or $27 a month in the AEP territory.
Prices are one of the biggest concerns we hear.
And that concern is growing louder as the state attracts more energy consumers like data centers and their growing use of artificial intelligence.
When you see demand increase and you don't see supply correspondingly increase, any economist will tell you that's a recipe for increases in price.
Ohioans are paying more for power in part because of a limited supply of energy producers and high demand. Consumers can shop for power, but there are issues there.
I've talked to consumers who are paying 2 or 3 times more than the standard offer for their electricity because they signed up with someone who knocked on their door and they just let it ride.
And everyone else?
What does your crystal ball tell you?
The crystal ball, and I think a lot of the experts are saying, we're going to be in for some high, in the short term for some high pricing.
To shield consumers from higher energy costs requires more supply.
So are you saying we need more power plants in Ohio?
If those forecasts are correct, we're going to need more power plants.
But can our electrical grid handle it?
The grid operators were not ready for a sharp increase.
OSU Associate Professor Noah Dormandy is an energy policy expert. He says your electric bill is impacted not only by consumption.
I'm talking about the auctions that set the retail price. That I see as the biggest frontier of problems for that markup that you're describing.
His research looked at millions of pages of documents over 10 years to see who is showing up to bid for the retail market.
When we see in these procurement auctions only 5 bidders show up in some of these auctions, when in other auctions we see 15 bidders, we have a fundamental problem.
Translation, the fewer bidders, the higher, he says, the cost of power.
When we're seeing prices on the wholesale market go from $20-something to over $300 per megawatt day in our capacity markets, energy efficiency is only going to go so far.
Help is on the way. In May of this year, Governor Mike DeWine signed into law House Bill 15, which reformed the state's energy policy. One thing it did was eliminate the $1.50 subsidy for coal plants.
When those power plants lose money, those utility companies will pass those costs on to us to recover the lost revenue of those power plants.
The other thing HB 15 does is encourage in-state energy development.
If you get more supply, especially if you get more supply in Ohio, that's going to help with bills in the long run.
While turning the thermostat down a few degrees or using energy-efficient light bulbs can reduce your energy costs, market forces are also driving up costs and profits. As for consumers, experts say take control of what you can control.
Pay attention to your bill. Look at your bill every month so you can see what's happening.
Kevin Landers, 10 TV News.